Hello.
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 Let's go!
Wow, this is roomy.
Can you name the truck with four-wheel drive? Smells like a steak and seats 35. Canyonero, Canyonero. Well, it goes real slow with the hammer down. It's the Country Pride truck endorsed by a clown. Canyonero. Yeah! Canyonero.
Hey, hey!
The Federal Highway Commission has ruled the Canyonero unsafe for highway or city driving.
Canyonero.
Hi, and welcome to the High Fives Punk Rock Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is my once again sick co-host, Justin. Justin, how are you?
I am once again, Mike, sick.
I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. And it actually, I felt like maybe it was coming for a couple days, and then it was actually this morning it hit. I'm like, fuck's sake. It's just, of course, I think it only happens when I have to record the podcast.
Yeah, maybe this is a virus.
Maybe.
It just gets you. You're like,
it's fear-induced.
Fear-induced? Maybe.
Yeah, no, you were grilling me on all this podcast stuff earlier this week, so stress got to me.
Yeah, it's you probably just need to have more peptides, right? Peptides are
yeah.
Apart from being sick, how are you?
Good. Yeah, summer's going by way too quick.
Mm-hmm. How was your surfing trip to the West Coast?
It was good. Surfing does not get easier with age, but the kids had a lot of fun, and I love Vancouver Island. The West Coast is it's the best coast. It's my favorite place to be. I just love it there.
Did you guys have a soundtrack for that trip? I know, or a song that stood out? I know whenever I travel or go anywhere, there's always something that is symbolic of the trip. Did you guys have something that the three of you listened to quite a bit? However embarrassing it might be. Acknowledging you have little children with you.
Yeah, I think I do have a good memory of driving down just a seaside sort of road, and we were all listening to Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, and it was just nice. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
they'll forever remind you of that, probably.
For sure.
Well, with summer ending, I mean, it feels like in the last 2 days it took a drastic drop off from super hot and smoky to needing a hoodie and turning my heat on in my house, which is very Calgary. It feels like fall is coming. Do you like fall music, Justin? Do you like fall, actually?
I don't. I'm not a fall guy. It's very selfish, but I feel like it signifies the end of golf season. Each day is just going to get worse than the one before. It's just, I don't know. It's bleak. At least winter you've accepted for what it is. Fall is just false hopes of you get that one good day, but then it's usually kind of windy, and I don't know. It's just...
You know what? I agree with you. See, I think there's a romanticism with fall, because there is a niceness about fall. It's cooler, a little bit cooler. But I think this is all for people that don't live in climates like Canada.
Yeah.
Or specifically the prairies or anything like that. It drastically changes to where it's okay, I can go outside, but I also need a toque maybe, or gloves, and it could be cold, it could be hot. It's never great. I don't think we get the same romanticism of leaves falling and just wearing a t-shirt and jeans. It's one or the other. And I agree. I feel this is emptiness of knowing this is it.
Yeah.
For the long haul.
It's not getting better for a long time.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, it gets dark. I don't know. September's really nice, but September's also mostly technically summer. September's a nice month here, but fucking October, all of it.
It drops off quick.
Yeah.
And I feel even September, it's really only the first
the first couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're it's fucked. It is good for fall music. I do enjoy listening to music a little bit more and that, but
Falling in Reverse and Fall Out Boy and
Fall from Heaven, Fall from the Stairs. I don't know. Don't fall on me. No, I just listening to sad, sappier stuff during fall seems better sometimes. But overall, it's kind of crummy. I do like Halloween. Halloween's the one
Halloween's
thing
great. It is good. Yeah.
Have you seen any movies lately? Did you see any movies or TV shows or anything you're into?
I just last night finished watching One Battle After Another.
Oh, great.
Leonardo DiCaprio. It was fun. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, that was really good. And I did see on its opening weekend in IMAX Odyssey.
Oh, yes, we talked about this last episode.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, you can't bring it back up again.
Okay. I
Justin.
can remember when we recorded that, so.
You were not
That's
sick. Did you?
It was that episode that I wasn't sick, just the one.
I saw Spider-Man. Have you seen Spider-Man yet?
No.
I know Spider-Man's so good. 100% recommend, especially if you like comic book movies. Saw Obsession, which is like a horror movie that everyone's hyped about.
How's that?
Interesting. I get why people liked it because I feel like it's independent enough. So like you feel like you're like rooting for the director and the actors and stuff. I don't think many of them are like super famous yet or anything like that. It's a good horror movie, but it kind of feels like a Twilight Zone or a Tales from the Crypt episode, just like a full movie. So it's like quirky and interesting. And it's an interesting take on potentially like abusive or relationships or kind of forcing someone to be with you. Worth watching and a little bit unsettling, but like I don't think it's as like scary. It's not super scary. People kept talking about being super scary. I didn't think it was scary at all.
Like more psychological.
Yeah, it's not even really psychological. It's almost quirky. Like, I don't know if you ever watched Tales from the Crypt when you were a kid, or like any of that kind of stuff, or it's like pulp kind of like stories.
Like Goosebumps?
Yeah, like Goosebumps, but more adult, more sex. Unless Goosebumps had a lot of sex, they could.
Some of the later ones did. Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I never watched Goosebumps.
Yeah. It turns out those bumps weren't goosebumps. They were it was herpes.
Herpes, eh? Good old syphilis. Sorry, I did watch Drunk History the other day, and they were talking about Al Capone's syphilis, and the comedian that was doing it was like hilarious. Did you ever watch Drunk History?
I've seen a bit of it. Yeah.
It's I forgot how good it was.
It was great. Yeah.
And on the topic of rewatching things, I rewatched 2 movies, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. They were Mallrats and Empire Records. Mallrats, I think, for our group of friends, is very significant. Right?
Yeah, there was certainly a pretty strong, like I think our friend Dave watched it almost every day. Like it was on all the time for months on end.
I could still recite most of it while watching it. And Empire Records is a big deal for me. I love Empire Records. Great movie. Reminds me of working in a record store. I mean, it's obviously exaggerated, but there are similarities to working there, and it made me very nostalgic for my old job or my failed attempt at life and not doing something along the lines of owning a record store or working in a record store. But what I wanted to talk about was that Mallrats doesn't hold up where Empire Records did. They're literally from the same year. The soundtracks are somewhat similar. And I can't figure out why Mallrats doesn't hold up. Like, I don't know if it's because it's more comedy based or it's like, it felt so dated watching it.
I never liked either of them enough to really have much to hold on to there. So
I just don't. It's an interesting thing how sometimes things hold up. I guess it's for music too. Like sometimes some stuff holds up, like even on a nostalgia level, you're like, oh, that's great, and other stuff doesn't. And like I still liked it because I laughed, but it was like there were awkward laughs and things. I was like, I don't know if I should be laughing at that anymore. And like, is this guy just annoying and narcissistic? I don't know if I really like him like I did when I was like 20. I saw Dear Landlord's putting on a new album, which I'm fucking stoked
I did see that, yeah.
That's crazy. It's been like, I think it said 14 years. I guess the guy went to jail, so that'll be some of it. Also, Phoebe Bridgers' album comes out tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. Anybody else can mock me about that. But on that note, Justin, what have you been listening to?
I have a couple of things on the go. I just came across a band from Colorado Springs called the Sleights. I don't know if you've heard of the Sleights.
I have.
Yeah, they just put out their third full length on Rat Girlfriend Records. It is called Don't Worry, It'll All Be Over Soon. And I really like this record. It sounds like Nothington and Off With Their Heads mixed with Direct Hit. It's like just sort of like well written but not too serious. I wouldn't say pop punk, but I don't know, good, just punk rock. Apparently, it's got members from the Nobodies and the Lidlingtons in it.
Oh, crazy. Which makes sense, I guess, from where they are.
Yeah. Yeah. They also have a good music video out for one of the songs off the album. I can't remember what song it is, but just a fun video that I came across. I sometimes forget that bands still make videos.
I do actually. You know what? I do like a good music video these days.
Yeah.
I've been watching more of them. I feel like bands got to start doing them more. I mean, I think a lot of bands do, and I agree. You kind of forget to watch them, but there's some really good ones. I think people are way better at it now. Like even bands that don't have budgets can put out something that's really cool.
That still looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, the Sleights, really liking this album. I've listened to it quite a few times. The second one, this is a bit of a surprise, and I feel like you and I talked about this band not terribly long ago. Maybe it was at Pooza Fest, but it's the new Cancer Bats album, Give Me Dirt. I came across this one, decided to give it a shot, and really like it. Like it's there's a couple great songs on it. I think the thing I read was that the lead singer wrote a lot of the lyrics while on like a motorcycle trip across North America or something like that. So there's a lot of like sort of probably like more introspective stuff that comes with that. Mm-hmm. And the last song on the album is called Fools Like You, and it reminds me of like almost like thrash, like Municipal Waste kind of sound to it, which I thought you would like.
Oh, cool.
So that might be worth a listen for you. And there's another song with Chris Cresswell on it as well. So.
Oh, I thought you said crisscross at first.
Oh. Chris Cresswell. Before we start any rumors.
I was like, wow, crisscross.
Yeah, they got the Mac Daddy and the Daddy Mac to both appear.
Awesome. That's rad. Like I said, I've never been a crazy big fan, but I will say that I've seen them live twice, and both times live they were like a really good band. Like
yeah, I could see them being pretty awesome live. Yeah.
So I will give that one. That's two albums I haven't heard, and I'm going to give them both a listen. So thanks, Justin.
And the last one is the new No Pressure album. It's their second album that just came out at the end of December. End of July. whatever month was previous. This one, yeah, the drugs are already kicking in. This one came out on Triple B Records. And I liked the last No Pressure record, and this one really just kind of picks up where that left off on like pop punk that's not too sugary, but also, certainly not hard to access or listen to, and just like a fun album to put on.
Nice. I like that description, pop punk that's not too sugary. I like it. Good job, Justin. I will check that album out as well. I did not know they had a new one. I remember liking the last one, so I will check it out for sure. I guess we'll go into what I've been listening to now, unless you would like to talk more about other stuff. Maybe other sugary pop punk. Do you have any sugary pop punk that you've been listening to?
I don't.
How about unsweetened?
That's more my speed now. Some diabetic-friendly pop punk.
That's all older. Our speeds now. Yeah. I would say that's the listenership of this podcast is probably leaning more into diabetic territory than Monster Energy territory.
That's right.
or Mountain Dew. We're not doing the Dew. Okay, first album I've been listening to is an EP by a German band called Drink Deep, and the EP is called In Reverse. They're a hardcore band from Berlin, and I would say that it's very influenced by like DC hardcore. I tried to find out a lot of information about them. There isn't a ton on the internet, maybe because it's in German. They have a couple 7-inches and a demo tape. It's kind of nice to hear a hardcore band that's influenced more by like the DC stuff than like, let's say, Turnstile. Mm-hmm. I find a lot of that hardcore is like prominent now, so like to hear something that sounds a little bit more akin to that was more my speed. Not that I'm like complaining about like bands like Turnstile or Drain or anything. Like they definitely have their place. It just feels like a flooded market right now.
Yeah. So speaking of which, Quicksand just put out a new record as well.
Literally heard it today at the record store.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to like it. and I listened to a bunch of tracks at the record store, and it was like awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
I gave it a very, very quick listen, and I'll come back to it for sure.
That's sort of like same sort of recording style with this album too, like just very of that time instead of like so modern sounding. It's really good. This I would say you would really like this EP, Justin. Next band is a band called Unicorn Dogs and their album Closer to Death. Unicorn Dogs are a pop punk band featuring members of Charlie Brown Gets a Valentine and Dead Mechanical. Both bands I really love. They're from Baltimore, I believe. They just kind of play like sort of like that pop punk org-core sort of sound, similar to like Copyright's Dopamine's Dear Landlord. There's a lot of songs on this that deal with getting old. So
Perfect.
It's also super relatable.
In the wheelhouse.
And how much it sucks to get old. So like the opening song is called Midlife Crisis. A lot of the album is clever, witty, deprecating in ways you want from this style of punk, and all relatable to an old guy past his prime like myself. Also of note, the drummer is the kid of one of the members, which is awesome and also indicative of how old you're getting.
Yeah.
When bands you like start having their kids in their band, because it means their kids old enough to be in a band. and 100% worth checking out if you like that sort of style of punk rock and bands like that, the ones I mentioned. Next one is a band called Mesh and the album No Fun at All. Admittedly, I checked this out because our friend's first band was called Mesh, and the imagery of the album art kind of looked like something they would have done at the time. There's also apparently a UK electronic band called Mesh. This isn't them either. This version of Mesh is from Philly, and they play lo-fi, garage, jangly punk. It's super catchy, the kind of album you find yourself liking more and more as it goes on. I've listened to this like 3 or 4 times now, and each time I listen to it, I like it a lot more, and it gets better and better. And even with this like gritty garage punk sound, there's some serious pop sensibilities, which is really nice. And if that sort of sound is your jam, check it out. Justin, I will suggest you do not listen to it because I do not think you would like it. But the first 2 bands you will.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. There's a song about that, I think, right? Crisscross does it. Last one is one I think you will like. It's a band called A100, and the album is called Rude and Lovely. It's out on Pirate Press Records. It's a ska rocksteady project featuring members of Flogging Molly and Throw Rag. I know the summer's ending, but this was such a summer day album. There's shades of the Agrolites, but maybe a little bit more upbeat. The first single is called Too Rad to Be Sad, and that's exactly how I kind of feel about the whole album. I can see this one getting played anytime I'm in a patio mood. If you still have some summer days left, give this one a spin, or maybe even if you need it to get through some of the long winter days coming our way here. Great album, and just like perfect for that sound. Great surprise. That's what I've been listening to.
Awesome. Good stuff to check out.
For sure. Make sure you check out my stuff. Maybe give the stuff Justin mentioned a listen.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't bother.
Just do it. One other thing before we get into the topic. Did you see that Coheed's coming? Are you going to Coheed?
I was going to, and then I saw just this week that it sold out.
Oh.
Unless you want a $220 VIP ticket or some bullshit like that.
Ugh. Did you see Chicks Tickets opening for him? That I think is the most interesting opener.
It's wild. Picked. Yeah.
Like,
it's because it's like they're playing this as a one-off from their tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because they're different than the tour.
Yeah, this is because they're on tour with a band called Shine Down.
Mm-hmm. Which sounds like Christian rock, I'm assuming.
They could be. I actually had to look them up because I'm like, who the hell is this band? And they've got like, I remember texting with my brother at the time. And I'm like, we were both like, who's this band? I've never even heard of them. And then it was like a Krusty Burger moment on The Simpsons. They've got like, I don't know, 5 of the last, 10 top selling rock albums. And
really?
Like they're like a Billboard top 10 band. Like they're huge.
I've never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Must have popped up overnight.
Well done. And then the other one I wanted to mention is I don't know if you saw Protest the Hero was coming, and I know you're a big Protest the Hero fan.
Yeah, I will probably go check them out. I missed the last time they were here. I think they were actually here with Coheed and Cambria at some point in time.
That tracks.
But they are a great band to see live, so I'm sure I'll go see them.
Awesome.
We also got Face to Face coming up and Propagandy.
And Quicksand got announced today too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There's lots of stuff coming. It's crazy. It's awesome. It's great to live in this city now. It's very different than it was when we were coming. Oh, Poison Ruin's coming too, and they're playing the Palomino, which is like crazy.
For a minute, I thought you said Poison. Well, you
Poison
did,
might
but
be.
like just Poison.
Poison might be playing Palomino, but that's way less exciting.
Speaking of Poison, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of the stuff from the AC/DC concert that was up in Edmonton earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen a few clips from that AC/DC tour. And now that it's passed, I feel like I can let my thoughts go without corrupting our former co-host's investment into going to see AC/DC. But it looked awful. And I am totally biased because I hate AC/DC. But it looks worse than I could have imagined.
Yeah. I don't want to shit on it. I get AC/DC is important. There are AC/DC albums I enjoy. I don't think I'd want to go see him like that myself.
It's like going to see someone's grandfather play.
It's like the David Lee Roth thing. Like you and me both like Van Halen. Like the footage I saw of David Lee Roth playing here was ridiculous. He looked like his tattoos, his sleeves now, and I legit had to look and see if they were like those shirts that kids buy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like it would have looked like a shirt.
It was ridiculous.
It's like wrinkled blouse.
And I love cock rock. Like I like all that stuff, but there's a certain age where you look so stupid doing it. Like you can't. Like even I'll give this and I'm biased, but the smartest thing Kiss ever did was put the makeup back on because you couldn't tell how old they were.
Yeah. Like it could have been anyone underneath that makeup too.
And you know what? I wouldn't have put that past Kiss.
Yeah.
Stunt doubles.
Yeah, there's enough like legit Kiss tribute bands. Like it would not have been hard to.
There's even a Gene Simmons AC repairman.
Really?
Did I not send you that?
No.
Oh my God. There's a guy, I believe he was in Arizona, but he dresses in full Kiss gear, like Gene Simmons gear, and does AC repair. And I can't wait till Gene sues him because I just imagine Kiss being like, you know what? I see what you're doing here. Let's market this. It's now Kiss HVAC.
That's great. And if he gets the cease and desist, he can go to plan B, which is AC Freely.
And Ace is dead. He can't sue.
Exactly.
All right. We should get to our topic. Otherwise, we could talk about ridiculous 80s bands forever. Or 70s bands, I guess, too.
1, 2, 3. Get in the car and let's go. We'll meet some wild young girls who know full times are playing and we got some weed. And there's a pretty little blonde barely past 18 with hips out of shaking right in time. And the waiting 1 mile past the county line. We got 1 more mile. Drive on, 1 more mile. Drive on, 1 more mile. Drive on, 1 more mile. Drive on. Like a runaway train, Matt's popping pills, Gators doing cocaine. 6-pack of jacks up on my dash, you know I can't see straight. Don't look back, staring at the stars, drinking cherry wine. I said, have a little love, brother, cut me a line. I got 1 more mile, drive on, 1 more mile, drive on, 1 more mile, drive on, 1 more mile, drive on. Better get ready, better get ready.
Okay, so I picked the topic for this month, so I guess I'll explain it. Not that it requires a lot of explanation. The topic this month is cars, so songs about cars, or I guess being in cars. I don't really know. I tried to go with a more literal interpretation for most of my picks about the good old automobile.
I thought this was about the movie Cars. I really fucked up.
I was gonna say something about the main character, but I can't even remember what his name is.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. There you go.
Who's the comedian? The like shitty like Southern comedian guy that's in it?
Jeff Foxworthy.
No, the other one. The cable guy. Was he a cable guy? No, I don't
Oh,
know.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
Sure. All my songs are about Larry the Cable Guy.
And you managed to get it down to 5. Good for you.
Yeah, I know. It was really hard. There was like 30 of them.
Yeah.
They're all great. So, Justin, I know you're a car guy. I am not a car guy. I know fuck all about cars. But I will say that cars and rock music go together. There's always been songs about cars, motorbikes, van life, like you said. So there's lots of ways you can go with this. You don't have to go the Lightning McQueen route. The first one that actually came to my mind was Queen, I'm in Love with My Car. Have you ever heard that song?
It sounds familiar. I can't pull it off the top of my head, but yeah.
It's the most erotic ode to a car that I've ever heard. I'm pretty sure the drummer of Queen wanted to make sweet love to his car when he wrote that song and sang it. And all I could think about was like, I could see Justin singing this song. Maybe the drummer thing. I mean, I like driving. And like I said, I know fuck all about cars. Car stuff intimidates me so much. I feel like cars are to me how like, I don't know how to put this, like, you know when someone's a music snob and then like someone that knows nothing about music talks to them and they feel out of place? Like, that's how I feel when I talk about cars. I feel like I know nothing and someone could be like, if I need something fixed on my car, I'm so fucking lost. Like, they could tell me anything. Like, and I'll be like, I guess that's what I need. Or like, I would like to get a new car. Like, needs a strong word, but I'm getting to the point where my car is getting pretty old and I probably should be looking at a car. I'm so terrified to go look at a car just because I don't know what I
just
need.
the whole process. It's a lot.
So intimidating. It's so that's all I can think about with cars. And the only thing I'm good about with cars is crashing them, apparently. So back to the rock music part. Why do you think it is that like rock music has this infatuation with cars and vehicles?
I don't know if it's just rock music, but there's certainly a strong element of it, and that probably comes out of like not even like 80s metal, but like, or 80s rock, but like even before then there's always just
I would say like even like,
well, even like like
original rock and roll, like
for sure,
like country rock and roll and all that stuff. It's like
there's something Beach
about
Boys,
cars.
all of that kind of stuff. Like there's, I don't know, I guess maybe music and cars just goes together from that sense of like turning the radio on and like driving sort of just became synonymous with, or sort of pulls the two together, right? So it just sort of makes sense to keep writing songs about driving. And I will say that there's way more songs about driving and being sort of on the road than there are specifically about cars in music in general and in punk rock. But I was also thinking like hip hop has a huge connection to car culture.
Yeah, that's true. I guess, yeah, you're right. Hip hop does, like,
and
like,
country music, even at its like cheesiest, is all about their trucks and that kind of stuff, right? So,
and there's the whole like motorcycle culture and like hot rod culture and things. They're all like very akin, like side quests with music. It seems like they're all tied together, and it's kind of a cool thing. Like, originally when you told me this topic, I'm like, this is going to be so lame. Like, I'll find like 5 boring songs. And then I was like, man, there's like throughout history, there's so many good songs about driving and cars and everything. And then I was like, oh yeah, there's like this giant tie between car culture and music. And,
for sure. Yeah. Across multiple genres. So.
Mm-hmm. And I like that you brought up the driving part of it, because I'd say driving and listening to music is my favorite way of listening to music. Like, I know there's some people that like to put on an album and like have a cup of coffee or a drink or something and like sit and like, I don't know how to say it, like absorb the music that way. For me, the best way I absorb music is driving, and I associate it with like what I'm doing. Like, when I listen to, if a good album's on, it makes the drive better. Or if I'm grumpy driving, like putting on something soothing or something makes it like, I don't know. That's just always been my favorite way to music. It still is listen to music. It still is my favorite way to listen to music. And the only thing I can think of is like streaming kind of has ruined that a little bit. it's so easy to change the track when you're
Yeah.
driving. So you're like, I like 30 seconds of that song, and then you're like change and change and change, and then you realize you're at your destination, and you've only listened to like snippets of songs. Whereas like when you used to listen to albums in a car, you like, or mixtapes, you listen to the whole thing because it was like hard to just change it. I mean, CDs did make it a little bit easier, but even then it wasn't
Even
the same
then,
because you only had 20 songs, let's say, right, or 18 songs, so you couldn't like.
Yeah.
There's not the infinite possibilities of Apple Music or Spotify or whatever.
For sure.
these
And
days.
your CD binder was somewhere in the back seat and you couldn't reach it. And
Yeah, like there's well, you shouldn't have anyways.
no, it's funny. I was thinking the other day of like how we had to listen to music, and like our first cars would have been cassettes, and then the CD player. And I was thinking specifically of like anti-skip and how much of a feature anti-skip was, either on the portable CD player, the Discman, or the Panasonic Shockwave that you had to like plug in with the cassette adapter thing.
Which didn't really work that well for the anti-skip, but it was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, it was better than one that didn't have it.
Yeah.
But then it also destroyed batteries. Like it went through batteries so quickly with that. And then also like the first CD players that came out and how much they skipped, and how like just like the littlest bump on the road would cause a song to skip, and we just tolerated that. That was just part of how you had to listen to music.
I'm trying to think what car. My first car didn't have a CD player. Like I put a tape deck into it.
Yeah, I think you put a tape deck into it.
Yeah. And then my second car had a CD changer, but it was in the trunk. Which
That was another
which
thing.
is also like really not convenient because you're like, okay, I've got 6 CDs,
Yeah.
but you gotta go to the trunk to change those if you really want them.
Yeah. I had a 6-disc changer in my second car. My first car I put a CD player in. It had a CD player and only one speaker in a 1984 Honda Accord. And it skipped like crazy.
I did have the Discman tape thing in my car, and I did buy 2 speakers, but they were like on wires in the back that
like in a
moved
box.
around,
Yeah.
which is really not safe now that I think about it. Cars and not being safe as a teenager is also a theme.
Yeah, very much. That could be its
We can
own
maybe talk
episode.
about that a little bit when we're getting to songs, things like that. Some of the stupid stuff you do in a car when you're a teenager, and you shouldn't. And if you are, for some reason, a teenager listening to this, which you probably aren't, don't do the things that we did. Don't do what Johnny Don't does. Justin, what's your first song?
My first song, I didn't have to go very far into my what's left of my memory to pick this one out. This is just a gut instinct pick from one of my favorite songwriters. This is, I guess the artist is, this is one I've picked him before and always stumble over how to introduce it, but it's Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties, aka Dan Campbell from the Wonder Years semi-solo project. The song is 67 Cherry Red, which is a reference to a cherry red 1967 Ford Mustang. I'm not a classic car guy at all. I know like a 67 Mustang is a big deal or whatever. But I did like the song. And as I'm sure I've talked about in previous episodes, I love Dan Campbell as a songwriter because he can take just a small or relatively simple everyday thing and just craft an incredible tale around it. This song is the story of him having to, or the character in the story having to sell a car that means a lot to him in order to, basically pay off some debts and try to move on with a life that's not going the way that he planned out. And he sells it to, puts an ad in the paper and sells it to a guy who used to own the car and has strong memories of that car, and now he's buying the car because he wants to relive some things after his wife passed away. So it's this idea of taking just a pretty simple idea and just writing a really immersive narrative around it, which I think is what Dan Campbell does so well.
I was gonna say that's very Dan Campbell and very something that's very likable about his writing is that it is a story.
Yeah.
And he does do it, especially with this project. I find it's very easy to follow along. I know you mentioned you're not a muscle car guy. What is, if you could have any car, Justin, because I know you are a car guy, what kind of car would you get?
If I was to be given one car, I would take the new or newer Audi RS6 wagon.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to assume it's cool.
It's like a almost 700 horsepower station wagon. It's like the perfect mix
That
of...
seems that seems unnecessary.
Exactly. It's like the space of an SUV in a tiny, well, not tiny, it's a pretty big car, but like in a rocket ship of a vehicle. So
Crazy.
it'd be that or Porsche 911, which has always been my favorite car.
Sorry, you want to do what on 9/11?
It's too early to release the plans.
All right. I like that you picked a song about a classic car because I think, and again, I don't know enough about cars, but I assume this is about a classic car too. I know I said I wasn't a car person, but one thing I do know is there's certain vehicles that mean something to individuals for one reason or another. And one aspect is that you might make it your goal to get a car. Like, especially if you're a teenager, I think there's this goal to get a certain car. Or even like when you're in your youth, you're like, I'm saving up for this kind of car because that's what I want or why, and that's what I need. And at 16 or 17, a car can open up the whole world to you. You're no longer confined on where you can go via public transit or by foot or bike or skateboard. So the band I picked is from Montreal. The band is General Chaos. It's off their album Can't Please Them All, which is out this year, and the song is 65 Cadillac. Why General Chaos picked 65 Cadillac, I don't know, but I'm going to assume it means something important to them. It's a nice looking car because I looked it up. I do like muscle cars, how they look anyways. I don't think I'd want to drive one, especially in a Montreal winter. Actually, after being in Montreal, I don't think I'd ever want to drive in Montreal. That place was a fucking chaotic zoo.
Yeah.
That was the most messed up driving I've ever seen. It was chaotic. Well, not that I've ever seen, but it's up there. The song is very simple. Lyric-wise, it's so catchy, and much like the rest of the album, it gives off some serious Rancid, Let's Go era vibes. The actual album itself will be probably end up on my year-end list. I love it. I can't believe there were a bunch of 16-year-old kids that wrote this album. If you haven't checked it out, do it. Great song, and I thought that it worked well for this episode.
Awesome. Good pick. Yeah, it's interesting just thinking of the age difference between that car and that band.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was interesting that like a 65 Cadillac for us is old.
Yeah.
And then I was like thinking, oh, I wonder if it's like kind of like that, like the Time Bomb song. Like maybe it's like doesn't he drive a Cadillac in that video? So maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Or I guess it's like one of those cars. That's probably like one of those like cars that people talk about, like muscle car-y, or I don't know. Maybe they can let us know.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I think out of every car brand that's out there, I feel like Cadillac has the strongest like songs written about that brand, or the most songs written about it.
Yeah,
I feel like they're referenced a lot.
Yeah, you might be right, but maybe it's because they have the muscle car, right? I guess Mustangs did, or muscle cars too, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't think of a Cadillac as a muscle car.
Don't they have like the racing kind of cars in like the 60s? No,
I don't think so.
I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I stand.
They're like the big, like just sort of big cruiser boats, right? Like.
Oh, okay.
Like the big Eldorados and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
I don't know. There's a ranch of them, Cadillac Ranch.
Cadillac Ranch. All right, Justin. Pick a better song than Cadillac Ranch.
That's a top 50 Bruce Springsteen song.
I didn't know that was a Bruce Springsteen song. Like that country song, Cadillac Ranch, that people do like the dance.
Yeah. It's a Bruce Springsteen song.
I had no idea.
I think it's actually someone else's song, and then Bruce Springsteen released it way before the country song. I know this because I once bet a guy, this was 25 or more years ago, $1,000 at a wedding that Bruce Springsteen sang that song before the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band or whoever made it country famous did. I never got paid.
Who was it? Wasn't me, was it?
No.
That's crazy. $1,000 a long time ago was a lot of money.
It would have been had I got paid, but here
Should
we
we
are.
go break this guy's fingers?
We should.
Yeah. Shove him in the trunk.
He's probably stopped looking over his shoulder by this point. That's when you get him.
That's when you get him, right? I'll show up in a tracksuit. It'll work. I'll put on a heavy accent.
Like Barry.
All right, Justin.
All right, my first pick for the Cars episode. This is episode 126. Is that what
It's
we're at?
126.
126. The episode of Cars. My first pick off the Bittersweet EP. It is Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties. The song is 67 Cherry Red.
General Chaos off their album Can't Please 'Em All, 65 Cadillac.
Same fucking payphone. I'm calling north to mom's house. What year the Mustang is? When she answers hi, I hear your voice, Dad. I'm coming home soon. Gonna borrow cash to square some nets. I know I said desperate, but I swear to God, Mom, I'll pay you back. Buy myself a burner, a brand new number, and tuck it out in the paper. Other grease stains on your skin. To the songs of young love, I'm like an engine in your head. I got what you need, 67 Chevy Red. Never been a man's man. I ain't much for cars, and I'm sick of fate. Well, I'm done with praying, but if you hear me, Dad, I'll keep her safe. I keep having flashbacks. I see you at dusk, in the summer, in the driveway, smiling at everything, covered in engine grease. The look in your eye I can't explain. Bought myself a burner, a brand new number, and stuck it out in the paper. Under grease stains on your skin. To the songs of young love, I'm like an engine in your head. Got what you need, 67 Chevy Red. This guy named Robert Coles said he used to have that car at 23. Last year his wife passed on. He's got memories of love in the backseat. Takes the wheel and grins. Gives that same look in his eyes you always did. Can't afford what I want for it. Says it's nice to see a car like this again. I know I love it the way that you did, and I just need enough scratch to buy a bus ticket, mail some to the Thunderbird, and pay my mom back. Bought myself a burner, a brand new number, and tuck it out in the paper. Other grease stains on your skin. To the songs of young love, I'm like an engine in your head. I got what you need, 67 Chevy Red. Cadillac, I'm saving up for you. 65 Cadillac, I wanna
Okay, second picks for our Cars episode. I went with a band that was actually very easy to find car references with. I think they lean into this quite a bit in their lyrical content. I actually had a debate between two songs. I ended up going with Old White Lincoln off the 59 Sound, which is the second release from the Gaslight Anthem, sorry. Second album from the Gaslight Anthem. There you go. Got it. I got it. I was going to pick Backseat, which is one of my favorite Gaslight songs, but I thought An Old White Lincoln is an even more direct reference to our topic. This one calls out a 55 Lincoln, which I would think is probably not all that different than a 65 Cadillac, just like a giant beast of a car.
Mm-hmm. So just for us non-car people, you wouldn't call those like a muscle car at all? They're just like an old car, like a
they're just like a classic
what's the modern
cruiser.
equivalent of this? Like a Honda, like a.
They're like sedans, basically.
Okay. I'm just see. Look, this is why people don't like talking about cars. Look how you look dumbfounded and mean to me. Like I'm gonna start doing this when you guys don't know bands anymore.
Like a muscle car would be like the Mustang is probably like the quintessential muscle car, a Camaro or a GTO or a Charger, like those kind of.
So like these kind of cars are like a Nissan Altima.
Well, I guess now they would be like an Escalade or something like that. Like they were meant to be, like big and
family
comfortable
cars?
And like family cars and definitely a status symbol.
Okay.
I mean, I guess an Escalade is the obvious one because it's still a Cadillac. But they were like desired, and cars as a status symbol, like almost like a Mercedes or a BMW would be.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I think. All right.
And definitely not meant to be like fast by any means. Like they were meant to like take up the whole road and just drive slow.
Okay. See, I'm learning.
Yeah, if you want, we can get into short blocks and long blocks and like a 455 and all that kind of stuff.
Those sound like drug slang.
They could be. I have no idea. I don't know what any of that stuff means. I don't like American cars. So the song itself doesn't seem to be about an old white Lincoln, but it does seem to sort of fit the Gaslight motifs around like growing up in Jersey and almost like it being from a time that they're not from. Definitely like, nods to a past that isn't necessarily the, 80s that Brian Fallon would have grown up in, but rather like a time before him.
Like greaser culture, hey?
Yeah, I think almost like somewhere between, I don't know if that's just everyday Jersey or...
somewhere between the 50s and the 70s, before pre-Vietnam.
Yeah. Their culture is not your costume.
Whatever, those Jersey Shore people stole my cultural identity.
They did. They took your track pants.
Took them right off me, like they were a bunch of tearaways. Gaslight's awesome for this. I agree. I feel like specifically this album is like the imagery of that whole thing feels like it's about cars and
for sure, yeah,
like that era of car.
Yeah, and if it wasn't about like a specific car, it was like I said, like I was going to pick the backseat because it's all about what happens in the backseat stays in the backseat. Or they've like just songs about driving and like
that's what my motto is.
That's what you told me.
Just once. Things got spicy. This week. That's why I'm sick. No, I'm not sick. That's why you're sick.
That's why I'm sick.
Yeah. Great pick, Justin. I think Brian Fallon's solo stuff is also very like there's a lot of that kind of imagery in his solo stuff as well.
Yeah, he has a solo record coming out this week, or did it just come out?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he's got something in the cooker.
Awesome. And I was trying to remember this. Does Gaslight or Brian Fallon have like a soundtrack to like? Oh no, you know what? That's Chuck Reagan. Like a motorbike soundtrack, a whole soundtrack about riding a motorbike or something.
Oh.
But I think it's actually Chuck Reagan and not Brian Fallon. So this can probably get edited out or left in to make me sound like an idiot. On to my pick. a car can be a symbol of memories. I think we all have these memories tied to a car, right? Whether it's driving with your friends, family, basically anyone. I know a chunk of my memories are tied to driving around with our friends and doing stupid shit like car wars, which, if we have never talked about, is basically something stupid we did as teenagers, bored around in the suburbs. Basically using our cars as moving tanks, I guess, where we would throw food and garbage at each other.
Yeah, it was kind of
while
like
driving.
Like tag, but in a car.
Yeah, like you couldn't hit each other with the car, but you like threw garbage, and it escalated to where people were actually collecting garbage to keep in their car to throw at other
milk
cars.
under a radiator or under the seat heaters, or not seat heaters, under the heater for.
It's a really dumb idea as an adult. I would not be stoked to find out. Also, like our poor friend Jeff's parents, because we abused his parents' car with that, like garbage and yogurt and all sorts of things. At least when it happened to my car, it was sort of my car. His was his parents' car, and maybe he deserved it. But and one of the other stupid things we did was called trunking it, where for no apparent reason we put people in the trunk and drove around.
Yeah,
Also,
that was so stupid.
Incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
And one time we left somebody in there, and it took a long time before we realized that he was in there.
Yeah.
So again, if you're someone listening to this and at the age where you might be doing stupid stuff with your car, don't do it. It may seem like a great idea, but don't do it. Car wars can lead to accidents. I will not explain any further.
Well, we'll circle back to that one.
For legal reasons. Clowns will yell at you. Anyway, the song I picked is about memories and reflects on memories with a parent. The band is the Ataris, and the song is Car Song, which came out in 2025 as a single, and was a tribute to Christopher Rowe's late father, who passed away from complications due to alcoholism. You can actually get copies of this album that were pressed with his father's ashes, and proceeds go to Shatterproof, which is an addiction recovery nonprofit organization. I think it's always weird when people do stuff with albums like put blood in it or ashes, but it's kind of an interesting way to go too.
That is interesting. I didn't realize you could do that.
Maybe that's how I should use my ashes. No, I want my body propped up where people can see me. Anyway, this song is filled with images of the road, abandoned factories, drive-ins, and such, all tied into the memories. If you like the Ataris, this is a great return to form for the Ataris. It's just a classic Atari song, like very descriptive in the lyrics, very straightforward pop punk, but with like almost like emo tendencies, but also like a little like, I don't know, like almost Gaslight Anthem-y too. Like there's just a certain sound to them.
For sure. Yeah, this song could have been 25 years ago, and it would have fit perfectly into their catalog at the time.
And I've always had a soft spot for this band. I know they get shit on a bunch, but I've always just really liked this band. I don't really care if people don't like them. I do. A little side note and topical to the topic. In order to fund this recording, Rowe traded in his car to pay for the studio time. But it was not just any car. It was Walter White's Volvo from Breaking Bad, who Rowe had got from a friend who worked on the show. But he needed to sell it to pay for the studio time, which is crazy. And why the video for the song is all Breaking Bad related. So also another tie into cars.
Yeah. Great tie-in. I've not seen the video, nor did I know that story.
I didn't know that story actually until I picked the song and did a little tiny bit of research. No idea if there's going to be more Ataris songs in the future, but this was an awesome surprise, and I was happy to use it for this topic. So
yeah, great pick. That's it's an interesting tie-in. I think of a lot of the things that connect music and cars and driving for me is more from like teenage years, like you alluded to. But that idea of like very specifically like driving with my dad and listening to music is very like I have like very strong, great memories of like we used to drive everywhere. Like we like I didn't take a plane till I was like 16 or 17 years old, so we used to always drive for family road trips and listening to bands like Creedence Clearwater Revival and John Fogerty, or Springsteen, or the Rolling Stones, and even just like, you know, a lot of like Canadiana stuff, like Leonard Cohen or Chris Christopherson, who's not Canadian, but, you know, more singer-songwriter stuff. I just have like, there's so many bands that I think of, not just in the context of like, oh, I used to, like, my dad used to play that when I was a kid, but like very specifically, we used to listen to that in the car, like driving around.
That's great. Like, our car when we were kids didn't have a tape deck, so we listened to oldies radio all the time. And I really like, I think that's one of the reasons I have a diverse taste in music, is because of listening to all those oldies in the car. So we always got like a lot of soul. We got like the 60s Brit rock stuff. We got like a little bit of rock and roll and things. And it totally reminds me, like, we didn't go anywhere either. We just drove in the city. Like, we didn't even really go on family vacations until I was way older. And like in my house, my parents listened to Croatian music, or like more like my parents listened to like ABBA and things like that more, or Croatian music. But in the car, we always listen to that kind of stuff. So I do have like an affinity for that. And I do also, like I said, still tie in driving memories with mostly from being a teenager. And I think as you were saying that, I was thinking that maybe that's because of that. It ties back to that freedom. That's the first time you have freedom, I think, as a teenager.
Yeah, for sure.
In a way that you've never had before. Because like, you didn't tell your parents, and maybe this is different now, but you didn't tell your parents where you were going, like driving all night, because gas wasn't ridiculous. And I don't know, parents didn't seem to worry as much as they do now. But like, I don't think we told our parents anything. We were just like, oh, we're just going to go drive around. Like, we got to drive-ins.
So-and-so's picking me up, or I'm going with this person, and that's it.
And then we were gone, and we drove all around the city. We drove out of the city. We drove to like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, we drove to like BC and just like came back the next day. Didn't really like pay attention. That would drive people nuts these days. But yeah, so you just have that first sign of freedom, and I think is also and maybe why they become so impactful memory-wise and music, and like just ties in together everything. So another reason why this topic was really good to pick, Justin. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, second picks off the album, the 59 Sound. It's the Gaslight Anthem and Old White Lincoln.
The Ataris car song.
roadside monuments. In all their former glories, the driving nights that came and went. You fought on hard the rain-beaten nights, past the shadows of state lines. Now this victory dance, it belongs to you and I. Ashtrays serenade on these Indian summer nights, out past the cold dark desert towns, under the neon veiled starlights. We crossed the Mason-Dixon, sang with pastures gold and green. Now darling, won't you come on home to me? I was born in the blizzard of 1977, a South heart with eyes that burn California. Lay me down until the night, under a veil of the pale starlight. This Midwest girl's got nothing on California. The winter sky is weeping, the factories lie in their graves, like Cold War artifacts marching in some ghost parade. We watch the streets of fire fall and crumble into the sea. Now darling, won't you come on home to me? I was born in the blizzard of 1977, a southpaw heart with eyes that burn California. Lay me down to the night, under a veil of the pale starlight. Darling, take me home, won't you take me home? After all the tears I cried for you, all the times I tried to let you go. Lay me down to the night, under the sadness of this life. Darling, take me home, won't you take me home? Now you rest amongst the rust of these roadside monuments. In all their former glories, the neon nights that came and went. You fought on hard the rain-beaten nights, past the shadows of state lines. Now this victory dance, it belongs to you and I. I was born in the blizzard of 1977, a car crash heart with eyes that burn California. Lay me down to the night, under the sadness of this life. Darling, take me home, won't you take me home? I was born in the blizzard of 1977, a car crash heart with eyes that burn California. Lay me down to the night, under a veil of the pale starlight. This Midwest kid's got nothing on California.
This was maybe this was a late edition. This was the last song I picked for the list, and it sort of just jumped out on me because I wouldn't have thought of this as necessarily a car song, but then the name or the song title kind of triggered that for me. The song is Econoline. It is not by Econoline Crush, who is Mike's favorite
Dang.
Canadian rock band. I know, you're disappointed. I can't even think of who Econoline Crush. I know they're like a Canadian.
Do you want? So I do have a funny
Grunge
Econoline
rock.
Crush story.
Okay.
I hated that band so much that my brother and sister literally bought me an Econoline Crush CD for Christmas one year just so they could laugh at me when I opened it.
I love that level of spite that runs in your family.
Yep.
They're the kind of people that open a spite store.
Yeah, they definitely would have a spite store. Maybe even to spite each other.
That would actually track. I know, tapping into my Canadian rock groups, I feel like Econoline Crush was a different band before, sort of like Finger Lovin' was the Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Maybe. I honestly have no idea.
I don't know.
I remember the
Maybe
guy
I'm
wore
making that up.
eyeliner a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
I feel like they were like, I don't know. I just remember hating them.
Yeah, you're probably right. Anyways, this is not a Econoline crush. This is the Mad Caddies off their second album, Duck and Cover.
The Alkaline crush of Goleta, California.
That's right, yeah. That might be the worst thing you've ever said about a band.
I like the Mad Caddies a lot, so I'm sorry.
I love the Mad Caddies, and I love this album. This album's so good. Maybe my favorite punk ska album. We don't have to get into it, but this is a great album. The song Econoline is a reference to the Ford Econoline van, which is probably what most of the bands out there toured in at some point in time, because they were so, like, you could fit so much stuff in those things. They don't really make I guess they make Sprinter vans that are kind of like the same deal. But like the Econoline was just like a big beast of a van.
Is that what you guys went on tour with?
No, we had the Chevy equivalent of it. I can't remember what they were called. It was not the Econoline. The Econoline had things like it was all carpeted inside. And had like the captain's chairs in the back that could like turn around, and they had like wood veneer. Like,
oh, fancy.
They were fancy. Yeah. Anyways, the song makes reference to the song's about life on the road and basically like missing sort of life back home, missing someone in particular, and how just touring life in a van is certainly difficult at times. And I imagine like driving endlessly across the U.S. and Canada in a Ford Econoline is going to run its course at some point in time. So this is not necessarily about the car, but more of touring life as a band.
First off, great song. I didn't know Econoline was a van, so that's also interesting to find out. I like that you went this way with the topic because I thought it was something that would be a lot more prominent in songs, and I didn't pick any songs that had to do with this topic, and I just think it's like very prominent in punk rock that someone has a song about the van and life on the road and what they do, because it's, I think punk rock and the subgenres and whatever else, because the highs are never that high. I mean, obviously there's bands that tour in tour buses, but they're few and far between. Most bands are just, even the bigger ones are still just doing it.
It's a van and a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're living that rough road life. Like, even if you're at the higher echelons of punk rock, it's not glamorous. You're never, I don't know. The highs aren't as high. So like there is great stories about that, and being on the road, there's good and bad, and there's so many things you can write about.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, somewhere in the last 125 episodes, you and Nate did an episode on songs about being on the road.
Yes, we did. Yep. We did for sure. This song was not on there, I don't think. And if you did, I forgot about it. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
Because I didn't know what Econoline was a van, and I would have retained that knowledge, Justin. I like to retain knowledge.
Like a steel trap.
Yeah. Just in case I need to get revenge on somebody at some point.
Spite knowledge.
Yeah. You got to keep it always going. Great pick. My next pick is also not so much really about a car per se. It's about a car crash, which is a theme that comes up time and time again in punk, and maybe more so in emo music. There seems to be an obsession with car crashes in emo. The song itself is about death, grief, and survivor pain, so it's not really a fun song, which is really funny, and then I'm going to put it with a Mad Caddies ska song. But fuck, it's a great track, and for so many reasons, it comes from a band that I can't get enough. The band is Leisure Hour. The song is called Jenny. Before we got into that song, I want to say that when we saw them in Pooza, they were so good, and I think we were so lucky to see them in a small, tiny venue, because I think they're just blowing up. Every time I see them, they seem to be playing bigger and bigger shows. So it was kind of cool to see them basically in what I would call a coffee shop. You were with us, right? Or did you go home?
I was somewhere else.
Okay.
I don't think I was at home. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, very cool show. Very cool band to see them play. This is off a full length called And to Think, but I believe first was like slow released as a single and then an EP. And to Think came out this year, but they do have another full length coming out, so I'm not sure what the scoop is there. Back to the song. It tells a story of a girl named Jenny who crashes her car on purpose to kill herself. It's, I believe, through the viewpoint of a sibling who's dealing with it, which is really fucked up and dark, but it's done so well. And this band's very good at storytelling in their songs. Like when you listen, you can One of those bands, kind of like how you were talking about with Aaron West, you can just hear everything and the story is like consistent. It's funny, not funny, I guess, but have you seen the documentary on Netflix called The Crash? No?
No, I haven't.
It's about a girl who may or may not have done this to kill their boyfriend and friend, but somehow she lived and then tried to say it wasn't on purpose. It's fucked up. Totally worth watching if you want to get angry and learn about kids and clout and influencer society. She drove into a wall at 100 miles per hour. And as someone who has accidentally hit a wall while driving and speeding, I can tell you that that kind of accident is not very much fun. So, but it's worth watching. It's an interesting documentary. Nothing to do with the song other than it's about someone crashing a car and potentially killing themselves. Back to the song. The band's so good at storytelling. It makes you feel like you're part of it. And I thought this is the perfect episode to use this song because it's sort of about a car.
Awesome. Great pick. It'll go in nicely with my next 2 picks.
Excellent.
But we'll get to those after these ones. For our third picks, I'm going with the Mad Caddies off the album Duck and Cover and the song Econoline.
Leisure Hour, Jenny off the album And to Think.
I heard you call my name. Now it's not the same when I hear your voice halfway across the country. Yeah, locked up in the van. You'll never understand the manic form that feels control inside me. I have got responsibilities, you have got them too. I'm trying out what am I supposed to do? Every time I think up in your blue eyes, thinking about this angel's voice on the phone. Get that sinking feeling, I'm never going home. Time to let myself go down, I can barely hold my head up to say I'm alive and well, not coming home someday. I'm on the outside looking in at what you said to me. Your words are spoken in a dream. Run down the night I run, I saw your face smile at me. Just an illusion it may seem. Get out of my head. So I'm standing here, there's so much more to fear, but I know it will be over someday. Every time I think about your soft mouth, dreaming about the girl I needed to see. Feel a bit uneasy, darkness upon me. Sometimes I let myself be afraid if the neckline's going to fall. Then I tell myself it's okay, time has come to call. I'm on the outside looking in at what you said to me. Your words spoken in a dream. Right now the night I run, I saw your face smile at me. Just on the road and it may seem. Get out of my head.
Jenny crashed her car, and I think it was on purpose. She said to her mom, that's what you get, you deserve this. On a country road, in the middle of the night time, the siren started screaming. In the distances they both cried, oh. It's just the people it's you love are the people that'll fuck you up. And I tried to say it, but enough is enough. And I know that you're 16 and Indiana isn't your scene. But Jenny, oh my God, I've had enough. Jenny crashed her car, and the crime scene was a circus. EMTs and cops turned to bright white lights and nurses. Father came and said, I am so happy you're alive. She said, I told you that I'd do it, and I wish I fucking died. Oh. It's just the people that you love are the people that'll fuck you up. And I tried to say it, but enough is enough. And I know that you're 16 and Indiana isn't your scene. But Jenny, oh my God, I've had enough. Jenny crashed her car, and I don't think it was worth it. She doesn't talk to mom, and she says her life is perfect. Every autumn night I gotta drive right down that road and tell my brother that my sister isn't ever coming home.
As I mentioned prior to those great songs, the Leisure Hour song that you picked goes very nicely with my next one, which is also about a car crash, and specifically one that Jeff Rickety?
I think that's how you say his
Rickley experienced. He's the lead singer of the band Thursday, and this is off their debut album, Full Collapse. The song is Understanding in a Car Crash. Certainly one of those like landmark emo songs of those early 2000s. I remember hearing this song for the first time in a car, and just like immediately I was just like, holy shit, the sound is unbelievable. It's so good. Obviously a lot of things happened with Thursday. They've put out a couple great albums. Really sort of blew up. I think there's a really good chapter about them in the Sellout book, and just like how they were at that sort of right on the front lines of like the big push for emo and emo bands, and how they sort of got swallowed up by, you know, major labels. This one came out on Victory, so not necessarily a huge label, but they were all over the place on, you know, Letterman and late night shows and MTV at the time. So this song specifically, as well as this album, was massive. Like it was such a big phenomenon at the time. The song is about a car crash and about how he lost his high school friend in a car crash, which is of course tragic, and I think something that probably sticks with people, not just in their high school years, but for life beyond. I think I talked about this album a whole bunch when we were doing the episodes by years. Yeah. So I won't go into it too much more, but I thought this one just has a really strong connection to like cars, and it's not just always cruising around and having a good time, but sometimes there's more serious things that can happen.
No.
Who knew that cars could be dangerous? Why weren't there signs?
Never saw that coming. This song is fantastic.
Such a good song. Yeah.
It is like, I know I said it before, but it's really weird how many emo songs are about, or like, especially this genre of emo, about car crashes. There's like
I was wondering like how many, like,
we could probably do an episode where we would have struggled to like whittle down. There was enough that came up even in this like quick searches about car crashes.
Yeah, maybe once like you take a look at your closet and there's more black shirts than anything else, be like, you know what? It's time for some defensive driving courses. Like, that's your sign.
If you shop at Hot Topic, take a defensive driving course.
Yeah, if you go through a bottle of eyeliner in a couple weeks, sign up for some classes.
My next song also touches on a car crash. This song is it's not actually the Lucero song I wanted to pick at first. The first song of theirs I thought was a song called Bike Riders, which is about motorbikes. But when I saw this song, I had to pick it. I had never heard the song, but it caught my eye because my first car was a ZX with T-roofs. Mine was a 1985 350 ZX, but Lucero has a song called 84 300 ZX with T-roofs, and it's off their My Name Is Izzy single. So what are the chances are that there is a song written about my exact first car?
It's perfect. As soon as I saw this as a pick, I'm like, that's so perfect for you.
Fuck, I loved and hated that car. It was so futuristic and so 80s at the same time.
Yeah.
The T-roofs were a blessing and a Slurpee curse. I once had to drive the car in reverse because my transmission broke, and I thought that would be a smart way to get home instead of paying for a tow truck.
Also, what a terrible first car to give a kid. Like a relatively fast rear-wheel drive car in a city
It's
that's
so bad
like
in the winter.
that's bad winter 6 months of the year.
So there's a couple things there. My dad really liked cars, like racing cars. Like my dad used to race cars for pink slips and things like that
Wow.
when he was
okay,
younger.
I had no idea.
Yeah, when he was young, he used to do that like in Canada when he first came to Canada. He was very into cars, and he was actually a trained mechanic. When he was in the army, they trained him to be a mechanic. So when he came to Canada, none of those certificates kind of like translated, but
Yeah.
he still liked working on cars and things like that. So that also, we work in construction, and somebody couldn't pay my dad, so they gave him this car. So that's how I got a car, because it was a payment for a job that we couldn't do, which also sounds fishy now that, but hey, that's how the world works sometimes. Anyway, that car was rad, but it was such a pain to drive in the winter, and it was too fast for someone like me who wasn't a very good driver. The T-roofs were, like I said, amazing because it was different than anybody else.
Yeah.
But it was, I miss that car sometimes. The actual song is a nostalgic memory of a summer with a 300ZX in what I could only assume is a farm or lake town. There is a mention of taking the car at 14 with their friends and then crashing it into a ditch that, in their words, had no business being there. I love the lyric mentions about them being crammed in the hatchback, because Justin, you can probably attest to this, that car had no room in the back seats.
No, nothing.
And it's funny because the main people I drove around with would be like you, Nate, and Jer Hyde, all who are giants. That car was not meant for tall people.
Yeah, the 2+2 configuration where the back seats are just this is just probably too much into the whole car thing, but the reason sports cars have rear seats is because it actually changes the insurance. Like having a pure two-seater car is way more to insure than if you have tiny little back seats back there.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good to know. Not good if you've got tall friends. Whoever sat in the front was okay, though.
Yeah.
Unless you got a Slurpee tossed on you through the T-roof. Back to Car Wars. There is a mention of the stress this put on the parent because the cars crashed, but they didn't yell at the kids because it wouldn't have helped. And I just think that's amazing, because I think back to how my parents reacted, and they didn't freak out on me. They actually encouraged me to keep driving. And looking back now as an old man, I think about how nice it was of them, because they could have just lost their minds. I mean, they lost their minds on me for other shit all the time. So, but when that happened, and it happened too many times that I probably for a young driver, they never once like lost their cool. They're always just like, okay, shit happens. You're going to get into accidents. Maybe don't try to toss something at a car while you're driving next time.
I was going to say, much like that ditch that had no business being there. That clown and that Jeep had no business being there.
Being in front of me while I was tossing a bag of garbage at my friend's car. There's also another lyric that I really love. It says, "The car was never the same after wrecking it," because that car was so fun to drive, but after I crashed it a few times, it was never the same either.
Now, I know we made fun of you a lot for crashing cars. Didn't you only crash twice?
No. Okay, so my first day with my license, I did something really stupid and was trying to show off and crashed into a wall, driving too fast, but not this car. Like I said, my parents forced me to get into the car. I didn't want to drive ever again because I was like, I fucked up. That was really scary. I could have died. Yeah. I could have killed other people. I was lucky no one got hurt. So they were like, make sure you drive. So then I took this car and I was going to return movies at Blockbuster, and a girl hit me in a parking lot who was learning to drive. But I was so scared that the girl and her dad like totally took advantage of me, and then they were like, it was all your fault and all this stuff, and I panicked and that. But so, and then the other time I crashed it was when I went under that Jeep and the clown yelled at me.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Lots of people were there for that one, including an angry clown. A very angry clown.
Which
The old lady whose car I hit, she didn't seem as mad as the clown guy.
The clown on the side of the road, who's like, I guess like a sign spinner before sign spinning was really a thing. What an amazing thing to witness. Getting yelled at by a clown, which is also a funny Nate Bargatze album.
Is it?
Yeah, I think his first album was called Yelled At by a Clown.
I doubt he got yelled at by a clown like I did. Funny enough, there's a guy restoring one of these by my parents' house, and every time I drive to work, I see it, and I'm like, man, would I want that car again? And then I think about like fishtailing and the electric dash flickering on and off.
Yeah.
That car had like a digital dash before anybody. It was like,
it's like
kind of looked like
an LCD screen.
Yeah, like the Back to the Future car, kind of like on the inside. If you've never seen a 350ZX, but like everything was digital in a time when things weren't digital. Anyway, the T-Roofs were fun. My actual dream car at that time is I always wanted a Trans Am or a Firebird. So this is the closest I ever got to it. I guess I always wanted to be a banger. And maybe the reason I put an Aussie sticker on that car.
Yeah. That's 300ZX. It's an awesome car. It's a great car.
Yeah. Too much of a car for a guy like me. I needed like a Ford Fiesta or something.
Bad
like that.
car for a teenager.
In fairness, was there a good car for me? Probably not.
That's fair.
All right.
Let's get on with our fourth picks. Listen to some music. I am going with the band Thursday off the album Full Collapse and the song Understanding in a Car Crash.
Lucero 84 300ZX with T-Roofs.
Splintered
14, that'd make you 39. On Greer's Ferry Lake, there for the summertime. You knew I had your car out driving on my own. That 6-foot ditch, it sure did cut clear across the road. Don't you know? Well, here we go. You taught me how to drive before the age of 12. Why they dug that ditch there, Lord, I could never tell. Weeds on the gravel road, taller than a man. When I hopped that 6-foot ditch, that car never stood a chance. You understand? Well, goddamn, I'm older now than you were then. You raised us boys up to be good men. I think about it now. The car in the ditch and the long walk back to the house. Jeff and the neighbor kids were all stuffed in the hatchback. Matthew riding shotgun and not one got a scratch. It was clear that car wasn't going anywhere. When you finally found us, you didn't even yell. You could tell it wouldn't help. I'm older now than you were then. You raised us boys up to be good men. I think about it now. The car in the ditch and that long walk back to the house. Was little more than a pig trail. Was driving like a bat out of hell. It sure was a doggone shame. That car never was the same. What a doggone shame. Oh, Lord. If I was 14, that'd make you 39. Nothing I could say today could make it right. Throttle open wide, now what a sight. I'm older now than you were then. You raised us boys up to be good men. I'm a father now and I know some way I got it coming back to me one day. I think about it now. The car in the ditch and the long walk back to the house.
Justin, I was kind of hoping you were going to count me in on that one, but I guess not. We've made it to the end of the podcast, sort of. Thanks for sticking around and handling this all, Justin, even though you're sick. You sound perfect, though. So the drugs are working. You haven't said anything too crazy. Thank you to you all for listening to this little podcast. I know there are a zillion podcasts where a bunch of people think their opinions are so important that they need to put it out there on the internet. So thanks for listening to Justin and me talk about music and glaze the stuff that we love. Thank you to our WhatsApp group. Thank you for all the awesome chats, discussions, and more. If you are a new listener or an old listener, you are always welcome to join in. Just send us a message and we can get you in there. Thank you for the listener lists. Feel free to send them in for any episode. We love seeing what we've missed and what you would have picked for the episodes. You can find us online in a variety of ways via our Instagram account at High Fives Podcast. You can subscribe on Substack, which will keep you up to date with episodes and has links to listener lists and the albums we've been listening to, and that is High Fives Punk Rock Podcast.substack. You can find us on most streaming platforms, and if you're so inclined to do so, please like, subscribe, or leave a nice comment. And most of all, if you like this podcast and you know someone else who might also be into it, share it with them. It means so much more than random algorithms and whatnot. Again, thank you, Justin, and thank you so much for listening and sharing with us in this nerdy music voyage. Anything you'd like to say, Justin?
No, it's just going to give a little praise to the Substack page, which is looking awesome. So, Mike, thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
It's a great way to go back and listen to the bands that we've been checking out, as well as our lists and listener lists. It's really a great way to hear all the songs that go along with our episodes.
Thanks, Justin.
I think the drugs have kicked in because I can no longer talk.
Sweet. That's good. Then we're on our last picks. And,
yeah. 20 minutes away from Night Terrors. So
sweet. Just don't get in a car and drive. Or do. It can be fun.
Let's see what happens.
You can get Christine here. That's a Stephen King reference.
That's a good reference.
Justin, what's your last pick?
My last pick comes from I was going to say the best band from Chicago. I don't know if that's true. That seems like maybe a far-fetched claim.
Chicago's got a lot of great
bands. They have a lot of good bands, including the band Chicago.
Best music scenes.
Well, it's a band from Chicago. Quite notably, this is from one of their earliest releases, maybe their first one. I don't know. It's off the album Maybe I'll Catch Fire, released in 2000 on Nation Matter Records. The band is Alkaline Trio, and the song I went with is Fuck You, Aurora. This song is written by Dan Adriano, and it's about a friend who died in a car crash, like we talked about in our last picks and the pick before that. The reference to the cars in this one is You'll Never Catch Me Behind the Wheel of a Chrysler Ever Again. And sorry, I said it was a Dan Adriano song. It's actually a Matt Skiba song about a friend named Dan, not Dan from the band.
Unless Dan's been a ghost this whole time.
Maybe.
Very on par.
Spooky.
Skiba is a witch.
Yes, a Satanist, card-carrying Satanist.
Before you go on, are Chryslers made in Chicago? Or is that where they're
I think so. Yeah, there's a Chrysler plant in Aurora, Illinois, I guess.
Okay.
Which I think is where the accident happened.
Was Lee Iacocca?
He was behind the wheel.
I just know Lee Iacocca from many SNL jokes as a kid. And
he was the CEO of Chrysler, I think.
I don't really know what was so funny about Lee Iacocca. Maybe
aside
they
from
just
his name.
Saying it.
Yeah, I think so. Like Boutros Ghali.
They did say Boutros Ghali a lot.
Yeah, Dave Letterman was obsessed with him.
It's a great name.
It is. Like Dick Assman.
Oh, so great. Did you see that? And this is topical to the episode, sort of. Did you see that lady in Florida that got the license plate that said "squeeze ass"?
I did not.
It's just, I'll have to send it to you because it's like an accidental. It's like It's like just an accidental.
She didn't order it. It's not like Kramer. No. It's not like Kramer's ass man. Hey, it's the ass man.
It's not a novelty plate. It's just the way that it lined up.
Just the way the letters line up.
And she's an old lady, and she does not want a squeeze ass license plate.
That's pretty funny.
But you should get a squeeze ass license plate here in Alberta.
The best license plate I've seen in Alberta is I saw an SUV with a license plate that said Canyonero.
No, that's
which
awesome.
I thought it was so awesome. Yeah.
I need to put this Canyonero sound clip in there.
Yeah, you should add it at the end.
That song.
Yeah, we could. Anyways, we've talked about Alkaline Trio a lot. Not a surprise pick for me or probably on any list, but I thought this was a great way to tie back to cars and the theme of the episode.
You know what, Justin? I wouldn't have guessed Alkaline Trio had a song about cars, I mean, I know that now that you say this. The fact that you made it through this episode without picking a Menzinger song.
Yes. I was going to talk
who
about
are the
that.
band that maybe reference old cars more than any other in this genre, other than maybe like, there's probably some psychobilly band that talks about riding a hot rod a lot or something.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Good job, Justin.
Yeah, I was going to say at the top of the episode, I was either going to fully lean in and pick 5 Menzinger songs that reference American muscle cars, because there probably are 5, or do what I did, which was very intentionally stay away from.
I'm impressed. Well done. Either way would have been interesting, but this is a better way to go, in my opinion. Good pick. Actually, this is one of my favorite Alkaline Trio songs, too.
Yeah, I actually really like this song. That's great. I think it's my favorite, certainly, off this album. And actually, I've been listening to Good Morning and what was the next one?
The one that's like white or like gray on the cover?
No, sorry, the one before Good Morning then. Either way. The 2 albums after this one, and they're so good. Like early Alkaline Trio, their second and third albums are probably the sweet spot for me.
Yeah, I would agree. They're just a band I really like. I just like how both Skiba and Dan write. So,
yeah, for sure.
Great pick. So my next song is interesting. I did just do some digging, and the band is Joule. The song is called Chevy Nova. It's unreleased. Is this song about a car? I didn't know. I don't know the lyrics to the song. I tried to ask Devin via text message. He responded with, "It's an unreleased song." Why is it unreleased? So I do know a Chevy Nova is a car.
It is a car.
I believe it's what I would have called a muscle car.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like a stripe.
Yep. It was stripey.
I also know that I always loved this song, and I loved when they played it live. The end of the song with the lyrics repeating, "Now I know I wasn't wrong," was always so great live. So hey, any chance I get to play a Joule track on this podcast, I'm going to take it because I love that band. You guys might not love them, but I love them. So is it about a car? You tell me. It was either this or a ska version of Dragula by White Zombie. So be thankful I picked this one.
Is Dragula about a car?
Yeah, Dragula's about a car that you can slam in and maybe dig through ditches and burn through witches, Justin.
Oh.
In a Dragula. I think the Dragula is actually the Monsters car, maybe. But there is a ska version of it. It is not so good.
It can't be worse than the original.
I have a soft spot for the original, but it is arguably terrible.
Yeah, I feel like Rob Zombie's one of those bands that we won't agree on.
Yeah, no one should like Rob Zombie. It's not my, I don't know why. I sometimes like White Zombie and Rob Zombie stuff. I embarrassed that I do. So the prep work I did for this was a couple days ago. I did run into both John and Dev this morning at a record store.
Oh.
And I asked them about it. It is not about a car. Dev claims that they called it Chevy Nova because Chaplin said this song sounds like an engine.
Huh.
So that's why they called it. And he said that Matt might have drove a Chevy Nova at the time. I don't remember what Matt drove in high school because he was a year older than us.
I have no idea.
John says this song has nothing to do with the car.
That's okay. A few of her songs don't really have that much to do with cars, aside from referencing them.
The title is a car.
Yeah.
Title. It works.
I'll let it slide.
Thanks, Justin.
Gets a pass.
Sweet.
Awesome. Great pick. I, like you, love Joule. I think they were awesome. And I'm excited to hear this on the podcast.
Excellent. I hope other people like Joule as much as we do.
All right. Final picks for the Cars episode. I went with Chicago's very own Alkaline Trio off the album Maybe I'll Catch Fire, and the song is Fuck You, Aurora.
Joule, Chevy Nova, unreleased, and just think, it's better than a ska version of Dragula. Thanks for listening. Stay cool. Be excellent to each other. Get yourself a Canyon Arrow.
Whoopsh.
guess I fucked this one up long ago. And all your lonely nights in the city of lights are much like all these crowded bars I so often find my stupid self stumbling through. Fuck you, Aurora, you took my only friend. And although it's all my fault for blaming myself, that did come to an end. So I say, fuck you, Aurora, you took my only friend. You won't catch me behind the wheel of a Chrysler ever again. My, what a mess we've made of our precious little lives these days. It appears a big fucking tornado has twisted us up recently. Best wishes have been made for you. You never had no say, it's true. You have to be the cutest grave digger I've ever seen. And all your lonely nights in the city of lights are much like all these crowded bars I so often find my stupid self stumbling through. Fuck you, Aurora, you took my only friend. And although it's all my fault for blaming myself, as it comes to an end, so I say, fuck you, Aurora, you took my only friend. You won't catch me behind the wheel of a Chrysler ever again.
Yeah, I'm like, this song isn't about a fucking car.
No cars involved.
None of our songs' titles were about the song at all.
Ever.
ESP was Empire Strikes Back because it went dun 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 dun. And also, why the fuck didn't you put this song out?
Your style, my
Get serve.